Today I've got the brand new Olympus E-M1 Mark III. This has been 4 years in the making. It was 2016 where we saw the E-M1 Mark II. So what's new? Inside, we've got a 20 megapixel micro four thirds live MOS sensor, and that's powered by a TruePic 9 processor. That new processor allows this camera to have some pretty impressive features like that of the E-M1X. So let's see what it can do. (12 to 40mm, the perfect wildlife lens for micro four thirds. Got some parrots. You can see them, they're about 3 pixels long. This 12 to 40 2.8 is a lovely lens to leave on the camera because you can focus so close. I'm so close to these crocuses now. They've got some lovely light on them. So it's a great lens to travel with because obviously you can do, it's basically a 24-70, it's not 24-80, but it does mean you have a little bit of reach if you need it. Nothing crazy, not really for, you know, the parrots and stuff I'm trying to get here, but you can focus quite close, you know, you can take family shots, you can do some portraiture. It's sort of an all-rounder that really works with the micro four thirds, and it's not too big. So, the E-M1 Mark III. What have we got going on? Well, a lot. The body itself is what you've come to expect from the OMD models, especially E-M1. The body itself has an amazing grip, feels really nice to handhold. I've even brought it out without a strap today. I don't feel like I need it. I feel like you've got a good grip on the camera. There's a little bit of weight to it, but not heavy. It just means it's kind of balanced with the lenses as you're shooting. The dials and buttons, loads of them. Don't have to really go through the menu systems, which is great, because personally, I'm not a fan of Olympus menu systems. I find them incredibly confusing compared to other models out there. But joystick's really nice and responsive, and having the fully articulated screen is great too. One, because you can protect the screen if you throw it in your bag. I'm not particularly careful with my camera equipment, so that's really nice for me. But also it means if you want to, you can of course shoot vlogs or selfies really easily with that front-facing screen. I have nothing for you, nothing. I don't have anything for me. So if you want to find out all the features, do make sure to go onto our website and have a look on there because there's loads of information on our store page and the link is in the description. But let me give you an overview. There's a lot of features in here for astrophotography in terms of live view shooting, being able to preview your images, special autofocus types for focusing on stars because we all know that isn't particularly easy to do. This is the sort of camera where if you want to travel around the world with this lens and maybe a nice prime and just stick with this camera, you really can be doing so much in the camera and sharing immediately. Olympus make it super easy to do that. The connectivity's good, we've got Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, they've got an app that works really well. This camera's built for ease of use while shooting and for someone who enjoys getting creative. There's so many creative features in here. Now, for the pro end of photography, the things we're looking at with this camera, the continuous frame rates, the autofocus capabilities, the size and weight and the fact that you can take it out, the fact that micro four thirds already has such an established system of lenses, be that pro or otherwise, and a big thing for me is that it's waterproof, freeze-proof and dust-proof. Now, you can't dunk it, that's silly, but if it was raining here today, I would have absolutely no worries taking this outside and shooting with it. I think that's really important nowadays, especially living in Britain. It's nice to have that ceiling there to make sure that your camera equipment stays safe. So I visited the set of the horror movie The Bird to tell you a bit more about the continuous shooting capabilities of the Mark III. Now, with AF and AE, you can shoot up to 18 frames per second, and you can do that for about 76 RAWs. So that's pretty good for capturing a burst of action. You can also shoot up to 60 frames per second without AF and AE, with that locked, and that is just for 50 frames. It's about capturing a really specific moment so you don't miss it. Now, the one problem humans have, especially when taking pictures of things like birds, is that they're often a bit slower. So if you look at something like an osprey sitting on a nest and you're waiting for that thing to fly, or even smaller garden birds, you'll quite often press the shutter a little bit after they've taken off. And it's the same with a lot of different types of action. Sometimes you miss that initial moment. But you can put the Olympus E-M1 Mark III into Pro Capture mode. And Pro Capture will capture up to 35 frames before you press the shutter, so that you get that moment that you would have otherwise missed. So I've now popped this, I literally just press this button to get drive, and then I select Pro Capture, I'm on that now, lined up with the bird. So now all I have to do is half press the button, focus on the bird, and when I press, inevitably too late, Pro Capture will then capture the frames beforehand to make sure I get the shot. So let's wait. It looks like he's gonna go. Yes, I think I got him. It's buffering. Yes, it works so well. I pressed that when I saw his wings already open and in the air, and it got the initial takeoff. Pro Capture is. All right, here we go. That's actually so cool. During shooting all those birding images, I didn't have to worry about the AF at all. It's super quick, super accurate, and it works across a lot of the image. Inside, we have 121 cross-type phase detect AF points on the sensor, and they're spread really widely, so it allows for really, really nice tracking. Now, to show that off, I'm gonna head down to that little road down there, and I'm gonna have Sean run towards me in a zigzag and take his picture and get the camera to track him as he comes towards me. You up for that? Let's do it. Sean, good to go. Oh, it's holding on. It's tracking. It's still tracking. It's still tracking. I'm using the touchscreen autofocus now, and I've got it in tracking so that I can touch anywhere on the screen to track my subjects. It works very well, and it works quite near the edges as well. That is the beauty of mirrorless over DSLR, that you do have a much wider set of AF points to choose from. One downside of the touchscreen, I'd say, is that you can't flick through the menu systems. Bit annoying. I'd like to be able to sort of just touch this and then touch single shooting or touch continuous. That's, I find, slightly frustrating, but it's not a big deal. It's just other cameras can do it, so I want it on this. The E-M1 Mark III also features high resolution mode. That allows you to take a shot which gets a higher megapixel count than you would normally get. Now, in this camera we have 20 megapixels. You can shoot high res handheld, which gives you 50 megapixels, or you can shoot high res on a tripod, which gives you 80 megapixels. Inside, the image stabilization unit moves the sensor slightly, and it takes about 16 pictures, puts them together, and that's how you get that high resolution shot. Now, there's two benefits for this. One, if you're shooting something like architecture, it needs to be something that stays still, of course, because otherwise you can have a lot of movement in that shot. It allows you to get incredible detail, which is fantastic, especially out of a small camera like this. It also, when you shoot, for example, in the handheld high res, you get 2 stops of noise reduction, so 2 stops of ISO sensitivity noise reduction when you're using it as well, because of the way it takes the picture and the way it processes it. And that's all down to that TruePic 9. That TruePic 9 processor allows for this incredible in-body capability. It is a really lovely feature in these cameras. I tried it out on the E-M1X when I took that out last year, and it works so beautifully. It's such a nice feature to have. So I found a waterfall to demonstrate that this camera has live ND. Admittedly, it is far away, so apologies in advance for the absolutely terrible shot you're about to see. However, it does work. So live ND, inside this, you have up to 5 stops, which is ND32. So you get 5 stops of ND built in, which is pretty awesome. It is a digital ND, of course. Now, what I've done is stuck a 2-second exposure on at f11, and we've got a 5-stop live ND. And now I'm just going to take a picture of the very far away waterfall. And of course, I'm using this fence to balance, but I can hand hold because image stabilization. But I'm going to hold my breath. Silky. Silky and sharp in all the right places. That's what we like to see. That is great though, to be able to do that in camera and not have to carry filters. What a godsend for people who are traveling around and need to keep their bag light. Absolutely stunning. You can get so low to the ground. Use that tilt screen that we've got on this. Got some lovely lens flare coming through. I've touched on it a couple of times in this review already, but the image stabilization on this really is something special. With the 12 to 40 that I've got on at the moment, you get 7 stops of image stabilization, and with the 12 to 100mm, it's 7.5 stops of image stabilization, which is incredible and noticeable when you're using it, which means you can get pretty creative with this camera without being too intrusive, which I love about it. And it's something that the OMD E-M1 series especially has always brought to the table. The fact that you could be in a family gathering or be in a central location somewhere like London and take really beautiful creative shots and not have to have a huge rig set up to do it all.
So today I've been filming on the Sony a7S Mark II. I've now got my hands on the E-M1 Mark III, which has amazing image stabilization. We can shoot in Cine 4K up to 30p, but coming down from there to about full HD, we can get a nice 120 FPS, which is an amazing slow motion, which we're going to show off in some test footage now.
Now this camera has far too many features for me to be able to cover just in one video. There's way too much in there, which is a good thing. So make sure to get online and check out all those features. We've got links in the description below to where you can find all of the information on our website. You can also give us a call, send us an email, pop it to any of our stores and speak to our expert staff. They'll be happy to help. Or of course, put a comment here and we'll try our best to get back to you with all the information that you could possibly need. Thanks for watching.